Labor laws, children labor laws, child labor laws. If I go to Mexico, I can find children in farm fields. A lot of American companies have farm fields in Mexico. And you go down there and you will see children working in farm fields. It may be against the law in the United States, but it's not against the law down there. You will find children working in factories. It's not against the law. It's not down there. There are no laws on child labor. And that's what's coming to the United States. Those same children are coming to the United States, and they expect to have jobs. And the Department of Labor, U.S. Department of Labor, is finding out they have to walk into meat packing plants and really look at the staff. And they are finding out that. I worked in temporary labor, and I'm working on a belt, and some of the people working on it are young. So, but they all speak Spanish, and you're not supposed to talk to anybody online. So I get somebody who else is that thing. Why don't you find out why she's not in school? Because her mother pulled it out of school. How old is she? Yes. See, they come from a temporary agency. You're supposed to check off. But temporary agencies don't check. They don't find out. They don't check on the legal status of the person being employed, because they don't have to pay them that much. Oh yes, I worked for one of those agencies, and I was supposed to be being paid $10 an hour, and I was actually being paid $8 an hour. Another agency, I was supposed to be paying $15 an hour. Nope, I wasn't. Nope, I wasn't. That was the problem. Because another agency of manpower I worked for, I made. Oh, I like this. I worked 1.5 years for them. And that's the only thing I could work for is 1.5 years. And I got paid as a chemical engineer. Wow. Was I a chemical engineer? Yeah. For the job, I was a chemical engineer. Actually, I was an analytical chemist, but that job required a chemical engineer. They knew who I was. Yes, my boss knew who I was. And they know that I could set this up. Boop, 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 boop. Set up a pilot plant at full operational. So, yes, but then you work in other companies where you happen to have people running on belt lines around, and they're just doing small things, and they got children in there, and the children will be exploited because they're children. They won't get paid as much, and unless they're caught, they're caught. And one way to do is to go ask for an ID. I worked at a candy company like that, and they were constantly getting children as replacing adults. And you don't want to get caught by the Department of Labor. So, and they would take people's phony licenses away from them, phony IDs away from them, their green cards, they would say. This is illegal. And and it's not unusual to be calling in ICE to to look at the employees. You think you got half a dozen children sitting on that thing, they will bring in ice. Teet. To protect their butts. Yes. And protect my butt too. But hey, that's the labor law. And what's coming across the border are children, a lot of children, and their parents are going to put them to work somewhere. It's just like Chinese labor force. Walk into Chinatown and find out how many Chinese in Chinatown are illegal or closed communities. Ukraine, Russia, Afghanistan. You had people in the country who didn't fly out, but came here illegally, and their situation within, like a Polish neighborhood. There are people in Polish neighborhood been here for 20 years and never have to speak English. This is the exploitation of children. But child labor laws. When I was 12 years old, I worked in a camp in Wisconsin. And I found out what work is really like. 10 hours a day. You get up early in the morning, prepare breakfast for 300 people, wash the dishes, set the tables for afternoon. 300 people show up again. Yep. I did that for 6 years. Until I got out of high school, I said, "Forget that. I'm joining the Corps." Oh, sure, I should have joined the Corps as a cook. Yeah, I could join the Corps as a cook. I had a good experience for 6 years. Cook, bottle washer, busboy. Yeah, sure, keep you out of combat, but you have to serve warm food. Yeah, child labor laws. And there's a reason. Just go back in history, find out how many children died in the cotton mills in the East Coast, North Carolina. Cotton mills. How many children were crippled? Just like the labor laws. Children working in mines, meat packing. It was really once rough in this country. Or summer camp, Richard. Summer camp. You're going to summer camp. Thank you, Mommy. And remember, send money home. Yeah. I got fed. I put on weight. Put on muscle. I was 50 years old working. Retired at 62.